Okay, on a Monday when a lot of people don't want to get out of bed following the Super Bowl, let's talk about quitting. Let's just talk about quitting. What do you do if you think it is really time to maybe shut it down and do something else? We've got etiquette expert Diane Gottsman here to talk about the right way to do that if that is in fact what's happening. We've got several bullet points to get to, so we'll go quickly here. First off, if you are thinking this way, you need to identify the problem. What's going on?
Because it might not be the job. It might be the commute, it might be the temperature, it might be the location of where your desk is. You know, so you really have to take a hard look and just and not say, oh, I hate this job. Why do you dislike this job? You know, and it might be you and not them.
I think in my case, yeah, at some point you need to grow up, get a little work ethic, get a little maturity, and if that is the case, not saying it is in any particular, but if it is your case, that's going to follow you anything you go and do.
You don't want to have the reputation of being a job skipper, you know, getting this job and then going from job to job to job. So, you know, just think when you're establishing whether or not you like this job or not. You know, we often take a job and then all of a sudden it's not what we thought. But then on to the next bullet. What do we do?
Yep.
You know,
you think big picture.
You
That's
think
what you
big
do,
picture.
Diane.
Because if you quit now, you might have a rent payment. You're paying your college loans. You might be taking care of your family. You have a brand new baby. So it might not. Think about the experiences that you're going to gain from this job. And, you know, is it really that bad?
We always hear people talk about if you do have a dream, want to do something else, that doesn't mean you quit that day. Like you said, you're handling your day-to-day business while you spend your spare time instead of doing other things, planning that next move.
You're planning it out. You're planning it out. And, you know, you did accept that job. So if something is going awry, and, you know, so what happens is if you really are unhappy, you go to your supervisor and you say, you know, okay, you said that I was going to be able to work from home 2 days a week, and I've been here for 3 months and I've yet to work from home. So whatever is important to you, you can have that conversation and be responsible rather than just saying, oh, I quit. Because so often we tend to want to quit before we give it a real chance.
Right. And so that goes into considering the consequences. Obviously, you just laid something out. There's some financial consequences. If you're not gainfully employed, that's one thing.
Not to mention your reputation, because, you know, people talk and business owners talk, and if you go from this job to that job and you have made a mess at the job you're leaving. So in other words, if you're leaving in the middle of a project, or if you are leaving without giving any notice, or if you're texting someone you quit, all of those things are going to follow you. So you want to make sure and you leave appropriately and professionally.
Yeah, a moment of satisfaction isn't the same thing as, and, you know, everyone's had that dream. That's not the way you go about doing that. Yeah. What about coming up with a possible fix? I guess maybe a fix also at the current job. So you, hopefully,
again, you go to your supervisor and you say, you know, maybe I'm just not getting it. You know, you might be struggling with something, some kind of learning curve, and they might send you to a school, to a class, or they might give you extra training, or whatever it is. Talk to them, so at least when you do leave, you have a history of trying to make it work.
And then finally, you did touch on this a minute ago, Diane, but if you are going to leave the right way.
Leave the right way.
So important.
And if you are unhappy, don't talk to your peers about it. Talk to the supervisor about it, because you don't want to be the one who was gossiping before you left.
Yeah, very good advice. Again, you're probably late for work. It's 9:30, and they know you were at the Super Bowl party last night. So get going, and then we'll figure it out later.
Just bring tacos and donuts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.